Please remain standing as the San Jose State Air Force ROTC Color Guard presents the colors. And now, please join Danielle Wells as she sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glared, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, thank you everyone for being here tonight. Please be seated. My name is Andy Feinstein. As Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, I am honored to welcome all of you to San Jose State University for the 54th Annual Honors Convocation. First, I want to thank the San Jose State Air Force ROTC Color Guard, the brass ensemble directed by Catherine Aducci and Danielle Wells for their magnificent rendition of the national anthem. Now, to begin the award ceremony, I would like to introduce Dr. Michael Kimbrough, Chair of our Academic Senate and a professor in Communicative Disorders and Sciences.
Good evening. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you the outstanding faculty and staff of San Jose State University. So will those faculty and staff, regardless of where you're sitting, please rise to be acknowledged. Come on, get up. At this time, I'd like to invite Provost Feinstein back to the podium and invite you to say a few words about the Dean Scholars. Provost Feinstein.
Every San Jose State University undergraduate student who has achieved a minimum grade point average of 3.65 in any 2 contiguous semesters out of the past 3 has earned the distinction of Dean Scholar. This year, we are honoring a record number of students, 3,714 Dean Scholars, or 13% of our total undergraduate population. When your dean acknowledges your college, please stand up so that you can be recognized. It is now my pleasure to present to you our university deans, who will in turn acknowledge the Dean Scholars. Representing the College of Applied Sciences and Arts, Dean Mary Scutton.
Will the students, faculty, and staff of the College of Applied Sciences and Arts please stand? Tonight's recognition of student achievements is one of the most important celebrations that takes place at San Jose State University. It is my pleasure to recognize 829 students from the programs in the following departments in school within the College of Applied Sciences and Arts: Aerospace Studies, Health Science and Recreation, Hospitality Management, Justice Studies, Kinesiology, Nutrition, Food Science and Packaging, Occupational Therapy, Journalism and Mass Communication, Nursing, and Social Work. Students, it's an honor to recognize you. You will become leaders that not only sustain, but also improve the quality of life in our work environments, as well as in our communities. You are the future service professionals that will have a positive impact on the human condition in our valley and far beyond. We are so proud to call you CASA students. Faculty, administrators, and staff, as well as your family and friends here tonight, are here tonight to acknowledge and applaud your remarkable academic achievements. We extend a proud and heartfelt congratulations to each of you. Please be seated.
Representing the Lucas College and Graduate School of Business, Interim Dean Marlene Turner.
Will the students, faculty, and staff of the Lucas College and Graduate School of Business please rise so that we can all acknowledge you? Interim President Martin, Provost Feinstein, deans, faculty, and honored guest, it is my pleasure to present to you the 630 Dean Scholars from the Lucas College and Graduate School of Business. These students represent concentrations in accounting, accounting information systems, finance, corporate accounting and finance, business analytics, general business, marketing, management information systems, entrepreneurship, global operations management, international business, human resource management, and management. It is indeed an honor to recognize your accomplishments. You have a limitless future in front of you as you become the leaders of Silicon Valley and beyond. On behalf of our faculty and staff, I congratulate you. Thank you. Please be seated.
Representing the Connie L. Laurie College of Education, Dean Elaine Chin.
Will the students, faculty, and staff of the Connie L. Laurie College of Education please rise? On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Connie L. Laurie College of Education, I am privileged to recognize the outstanding academic achievements of the 160 Dean Scholars from the 2 undergraduate majors in the Laurie College, Child and Adolescent Development and Communicative Disorders and Sciences. You have chosen a career path filled with possibilities for enhancing the quality of life for the people in our communities. We are very proud of you and your accomplishments. The faculty wish you a future filled with personal fulfillment and professional success. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I congratulate you on your achievements. Thank you. Please be seated.
Representing the Charles W. Davidson College of Engineering, Dean Andrew Hsu.
Will the students, faculty, and staff of the Charles W. Davidson College of Engineering please rise so we can all acknowledge you. President Martin, Provost Feinstein, it is my pleasure to present to you these top students in aerospace engineering, aviation and technology, biomedical, chemical and materials engineering, civil and environmental engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering, general engineering, industrial and systems engineering, mechanical engineering, and software engineering. These students honored here today are our future leaders in creating infrastructures, expanding possibilities, and innovating solutions to improve our lives. We are counting on them to counting on their imaginations to help us meet the needs of the 21st century. We're proud of their achievements. My congratulations to all of the engineering students being honored here today. Thank you, and please be seated.
Representing the College of Humanities and Arts, Dean Lisa Vollendorf.
Thank you. Will the students, faculty, and staff from the College of Humanities and the Arts please rise? Hello. Interim President Martin, distinguished faculty, honored students and guests. It's a pretty tame evening this evening, but now we're at H&A, so we'll see how you guys treat this. Our college provides a high-quality liberal arts education focused on creativity, innovation, and problem solving. We are proud to prepare students to be compassionate, informed students of the world. We have 9 academic units in the college that prepare students to impact the future of cultural, artistic, intellectual, and ethical life in our global society. And these units include the School of Music and Dance, the Department of Art and Art History, Design, I knew that was coming, English and Comparative Literature, Humanities, Linguistics and Language Development, Philosophy, Television, Radio, Film, and Theater, and world languages and literatures. Interim President Martin, these students have the potential to be remarkable leaders and creators in the arts and humanities. They have demonstrated admirable capacity for success in meeting the challenges of our time. They are ethical, passionate, and compassionate men and women with a clear, elevating vision of how to make our world a better place. Honored students, your faculty, colleagues, friends, and family members, and we on the stage here today all salute you. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Representing the College of Science, Dean Michael Parrish.
Will the students, faculty, and staff of the College of Science please rise to be recognized? This academic year, 276 students from our college have received the achievement of being a Dean's Scholar. Today's awardees represent the departments of Biological Sciences, Chemistry, Computer Science, there's some response, Geology, Mathematics and Statistics, Meteorology and Climate Science, and Physics and Astronomy. On behalf of the faculty and staff in our college, please join me in congratulating these remarkable students and their hardworking families. Thank you, and please be seated.
Representing the College of Social Sciences, Dean Walt Jacobs.
Will the students, faculty, and staff of the College of Social Sciences please rise so we can all acknowledge you. Provost Feinstein, deans, faculty, staff, and honored guests, I am proud to present you the 644 Dean Scholars from the College of Social Sciences. These students represent undergraduate majors in African American Studies, Anthropology, Behavioral Science, Communication Studies, Economics, Environmental Studies, Geography and Global Studies, History, Political Science, Psychology, Sociology, and Interdisciplinary Social Sciences. I also note that there are 35 minors in the college and 2 departments with only graduate majors, Mexican American Studies and Urban and Regional Planning. Interim President Martin, these students represent the finest combination of critical thinking, writing, quantitative and qualitative research skills. They are uniquely prepared and ready to address the most critical issues facing society in the 21st century. We are immensely proud of these students and look forward to the great things they will do as they move beyond college. Oh, and so, dear students, on behalf of our faculty and staff, we congratulate you. Thank you, and please be seated.
Representing all special majors, undeclared majors, and pre-nursing students, AVP of Graduate and Undergraduate Programs, Thalia Anagnos.
Will all special majors, undeclared majors, and pre-nursing students please rise to be recognized? The Office of Graduate and Undergraduate Programs oversees interdisciplinary and special programs and serves as a home for students who have yet to declare their majors. These students represent explorers who have already demonstrated academic excellence in their coursework and are now deciding what major best suits their talents. Special majors, though small in number, are creating a unique academic pathway involving several disciplines. To this group, I say, your early success predicts a promising future. Congratulations on your outstanding academic achievements. Please be seated.
Well, we are also here tonight to honor those who have received the distinction of President's Scholar because of their outstanding academic achievements. This academic year, out of approximately 25,642 undergraduate students, 413 scholars have achieved a perfect 4.0 and at least 2 contiguous semesters of the last 3 semesters. And some of these scholars are here with us today. They have reached this level of excellence through their own individual sacrifice and through the support of their families, friends, faculty, and staff. These students have shown a commitment to their studies through personal, economic, social, and educational circumstances to be among the top 1% at this university. Will all the President's Scholars please stand?
Elizabeth Mello. Shelly O'Neill, Psychology.
Jessica Meyer, Psychology.
Michelle Lee, Psychology.
Karenina Tanjoko, Sociology.
Denisa Dudero, Nursing.
Weijia Zhang, Business.
Hong Tai, Accounting.
Kuratulan Sayeda, Finance.
Catherine Hall, Psychology.
Linnea Smith, Studio Art in Preparation for Teaching.
Rubino Paul, Finance. Silva Bumjahed, Dietetics. Samantha Yunus, Dietetics.
Sharon Bobbitt, Hospitality Management.
Neil Chamaki, Accounting Major, Philosophy Minor.
Caroline Yavut, Pre-Nursing.
Vincent Sanchez, Philosophy.
David Hahn, Psychology.
Jenna Glover, English.
Ivy Luong, Child and Adolescent Development.
Allison Perhar, Justice Studies.
Rudolf Sinaivalov, Economics and Japanese.
Mei Tan, Finance.
Miguel Rivera, Computer Science.
Junaisi Fincher, Accounting.
Vinlam, Hospitality Management.
Vanessa Esposito, Hospitality Management.
Angela Mullen, Hospitality Management.
Sarah O'Donnell, Child and Adolescent Development.
Veronica Lara, Social Work. New Long, Computer Science. Nicole Vanny, Psychology.
Melissa Weckerly, Communication Studies.
Cynthia Ostrowski, Communicative Disorders and Sciences.
Nicole Lundberg, Communicative Disorders and Sciences.
Oksana Falalieva, Communicative Disorders and Sciences.
Laura Noyes, Communication Studies.
Lakshmi Chandran, Child and Adolescent Development. Minyi Deng, Social Work.
Alicia Gallegos, Social Work.
Han Wingle, Social Work. Amanda Vo, Accounting.
Rachel Christensen, Pre-Physical Therapy.
Pranav Dhir, Management Information Systems.
Justin Lau, Management Information Systems.
Lisette Torres, Justice Studies. Ashley Farrow, Justice Studies.
Emily Van, Public Relations, member of the women's basketball team.
Crystal Chang, Radio, Television, and Film.
Victoria Tam, Psychology.
Mary Tran, Child and Adolescent Development.
Kyle Escott, Computer Science.
And Lisa Miyashiro, Communication Studies. Morgan Nakamura, Communication Studies. Kayla Camley, Child and Adolescent Development.
Adriana Covarrubias, Recreation Therapy. Inderpal Kaur, Psychology.
Andrea Cardoza, Psychology.
Hong Wing, Mechanical Engineering.
Kyle Dormady, Aerospace Engineering.
Adam von Schuent, Economics.
Tasha Vu, Recreation Therapy.
Patricia Jordan, Recreation Therapy.
Karen Glover, Social Work.
Jonathan Liebes, Environmental Studies with a minor in Sustainable Water Resources.
Ana Santana, Sociology and Spanish.
Angelia Patterson, Pre-Nursing.
Sarah Gersten, Humanities Teacher Preparation. Amber Bossis, Child and Adolescent Development. Jesse Campbell, Psychology.
Thomas Martin, Industrial Technology.
Jacqueline Scott, Political Science. Desiree Dixon, Animation and Illustration.
Shravani Yajamanam, Computer Science. Bernadette Mahaney, Sociology.
Caitlin Oliver Brown, Biology.
Juan Quiris, Sociology. ¡Sí se puede!
Aishra Wangteshrin, Computer Science.
Tyler Muller, Mechanical Engineering.
Megan McEvers, Geology.
Sarah Busby, Kinesiology.
Daniel Freo, Accounting. Ryan Cajas, Accounting.
Luke Randall, Geography and Global Studies.
Nicole Fetch, Psychology.
Karen Probin, Business Management. Justine Tobias, Hospitality Management.
Robin Harris, Theater Arts.
Gregory Costido, Psychology, minor Biological Science.
Felix Peterman, Public Relations and member of the men's soccer team.
Stephen Liu, Health Science.
China Villanueva, Health Science Class of 2015.
Casey Liu, Health Science.
Shannon Marie Sorge, Communication Studies major and Public Relations minor.
Molly Fidali, Child and Adolescent Development.
Julie Matsumoto, Sociology.
Jennifer Matsumoto, Marketing.
Mary Engler Contreras, Business Management.
Ashley Castillo Snyder, Nursing.
Christina McHugh, Nursing. Michaela Marcello, Pre-Nursing.
Aiden Acosta, Biomedical Engineering.
David Burke, Computer Science.
Elizabeth Ruder, Geography.
Diego Gomez, Psychology.
Santiago Alba, Psychology.
Jack Dubel, Software Engineering.
Christina Brown, Psychology.
Amanda Hunter, Psychology.
Tu Nguyen, Chemistry, Biochemistry.
Joseph Michael Ferrari Strawn, Kinesiology.
Daniela Garza, English major and music minor.
Carly Ludwig, Animation Illustration. Rebecca Chan, Animation Illustration, Shrunken Headman.
Nicole Castro, Animation Illustration, and a proud Shrunken Head Man.
Lane Thomas, Film and Television.
Marlena Morton, Child and Adolescent Development.
Brooke Blankenship, English and Comparative Literature.
Sheldon Henschke, English.
Jessica Gutierrez, Graphic Design.
Lisa Lorentzon, Communication Studies.
Adrienne Manso, Communication Studies.
Jamil Albana, Mechanical Engineering.
Carlota Mata, Spanish.
Anna Redding, Sports Nutrition. Phyllis Lau, Computer Science.
Li Wenli, Japanese and Minor Business.
Catherine Kawanja, Health Science.
Jennifer Tran, Dietetics.
Katie Arabella Rayana, Radio, Television, Film, and Journalism.
Medea Raza, Marketing and member of the track and field team.
Novia Wong, Psychology.
Nguyen, Accounting. William, Accounting and Finance.
Rish Taha, Nursing.
Min Tran, Biochemistry. Wesley Rodriguez, Communication Studies.
Leonel Tapia Gonzalez, Geography and Global Studies.
Ricardo Herrera, Finance.
Frank Mott, Computer Science.
Please join me in congratulating all the deans and president scholars for a fabulous achievement. And another thank you to the dedicated, fabulous faculty that helped get them there. Fantastic job. At this time, it is my honor and with great pleasure that I introduce to you the president of San Jose State University, Susan Martin.
So thank you, Chair Kimbrough. Students, faculty, and guests, it's an honor for me to recognize the academic achievements of San Jose State University's best students, presidents and dean scholars. Your scholastic performance is proof that you have high standards of achievement and that you are capable of attaining your goals. We are honoring an all-time high of over 4,000 students tonight. That is a 10% gain over last year's total. I commend each of you for your accomplishments, your future promise. Your academic success indicates that you will make significant contributions to our society after you graduate. It's also an honor for me to acknowledge the unsung heroes who worked hard to guide and support the students being honored today. Will the parents, spouses, grandparents, aunts, uncles, significant others, children, relatives, and special friends please stand? Thank you. Thank you. You can sit down. Thank you for the crucial contributions you have made in helping to support these scholars. Please accept our sincere thanks and congratulations. And now, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. He is an exceptional colleague who recently earned one of the highest honors awarded to faculty. He was named this year's San Jose State University Outstanding Professor. The Outstanding Professor Award recognizes excellence in teaching effectiveness. This year's Outstanding Professor is Dr. Kenneth Peter, Professor of Political Science in the College of Social Sciences. Professor Peter has established a remarkable record of teaching excellence, scholarship, and service at San Jose State. For the last 9 years, he's split his time between his home department of political science and the College of Humanities and the Arts Humanities Honors Program. He has a knack for making connections, from teaching cross-disciplinary courses to personally ensuring the success of students in the Humanities Honors Program or in his political theory courses. He received the San Jose State Distinguished Service Award in 2000 and has been recognized by students in the department with the Outstanding Professor Award multiple times. He believes that, and I quote, "What is most important for student success is personal contact between students and faculty members." And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to present this year's Outstanding Professor, Dr. Kenneth Peter.
Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge Bill McCraw. Bill, would you stand for a moment, please? Bill is my friend, mentor, and one of the university's most gifted teachers. Bill, please accept my deepest gratitude for all the warmth and guidance you have shown me. Now, would all of you join me in thanking Bill for over 50 years of outstanding teaching at San Jose State University. This is a joyous occasion for students, but also for faculty. Most of us draw strength from you. Faculty like to bask in the afterglow of student success. That is why I was so deeply touched to share my award with your awards. I value my teaching and my relationships with students above all else, and so this is the proudest moment of my professional life. Awards, I have discovered, always carry a responsibility. My responsibility tonight is to teach you something valuable in the scant minutes that I have been given. What I am going to try to teach you is that in receiving your honors tonight, you are also receiving an important responsibility. Many of my students know my background, with associations at several of the nation's most prestigious universities. I won't say anything to disrespect those institutions, except their choice of colors. Their generous financial aid made it possible for me, the child of a poorly paid teacher, to receive one of the best educations possible in America and to graduate with a doctorate, debt-free. But living in the environment of America's most elite universities taught me a few things. It showed me how higher education should be conducted, given ample resources, and given students who had suffered few disadvantages in life. It also gave me a window into the values and lifestyles of America's most privileged families. My first teaching assignment was as a graduate student at Princeton. In my preceptorial, I had the daughter of a United States Senator. Elsewhere in the class, we had a student whose name was synonymous with a Fortune 500 company. And elsewhere, the most famous teenage actress of the day. I loved my students there as I love them here. I relished the intellectual exchange that was always available in those settings. Several years later, in my first class at San Jose State, I had an epiphany. While many of my students lived nearby, Silicon Valley was little more than a dream to them. In my very first class, I had a homeless student. He pitched his tent in the backyards of friends. Decades later, San Jose State continues to draw from among the modest and the poor. A 2014 survey showed that 39% of you have skipped meals because you did not have money for food. So the arc of my career has taken me from teaching the nation's elites to teaching students who sometimes go hungry. I have never regretted my move. The life experiences of my San Jose State students have proven to be a surprising advantage when studying political theory. There was one student who survived Pol Pot's killing fields and explained how his experience made him appreciate what Hobbes meant by the war of all against all. There was a retired Black Baptist minister who raised his hand during my Martin Luther King lecture and explained what it was really like to march with the Reverend. There was a field worker who related to Marx's theory of alienated labor and described the work that broke her body, but not her mind. Political theory was no abstraction to these students. They each knew that political theory was ultimately about power, the power that had made their lives miserable, and the power to change things for the better. Despite these surprising advantages, I could not entirely look away from the differences between my old students and the new ones. I was prepared to deal with a lack of economic and social advantages experienced by my students here, but there was one form of quiet bigotry that I was not initially prepared to face. This was the bigotry of low expectations. When I first arrived, the most common question I fielded from my students was, "Why are you here?" Meaning, why aren't you teaching at one of those elite institutions? It was as if they found it abnormal that someone with my background would take an interest in them. Well, there is a simple answer to their question, and here it is. I am here because you deserve the same quality and kind of education as my Stanford and Princeton students received. Do not let the tyranny of low expectations say otherwise. But behind the simple answer, there is a more complicated one. The tyranny of low expectations is fed by very large forces in history that have sought to discount you. Those forces have for a long time said that students who come from modest and working class backgrounds should receive a different style of education than other students. Such students should have a practical education and not a liberal or well-rounded education. They should be taught how to get a productive job and not have their heads filled, in the words of Booker T. Washington, with a divine discontent about social injustices that they could never hope to change. Even the tiered system of higher education here in California perpetuates that prejudice. The founder of the California Master Plan for Higher Education once remarked that UC was to educate the future leaders of California, while the CSU was to train the future workers. And sadly, the resources that have flowed to our university have reflected the elitism spelled out in that divisive statement. What do I mean when I say I want to bring an elite education to students who do not usually come from elite backgrounds? I don't mean checking GE boxes or some laundry list of learning objectives. I mean taking students who come to us seeing the world in one way and helping you to acquire the ability to see it in many ways. There are many great teaching techniques. Here is how I do it. I skip textbooks and I have my students read original texts. We read the classics from Plato to Machiavelli. We read their critics from de Beauvoir to Du Bois. We read Thomas Jefferson and we read Frederick Douglass and we read Chief Joseph. As we read these texts, my students grapple with the contradictions, hypocrisies, and arguments they see exposed. Each time they read one of those texts, my students must look at the world through someone else's eyes. Some of those authors lived long ago, or far away, or had unfamiliar cultures, philosophies, religions, values. Adam Smith, who was at least as good a moral philosopher as he was an economist, taught that all morality depends upon imagination. The imagination to sympathize with someone who has a different outlook from you. This theory of moral sentiment, the ability to inhabit a different point of view, is the epitome of a liberal education. If more Americans had that quality, we would live in a land of much greater tolerance, moderation, and civic virtue. There is also power in a liberal education, as was magnificently pointed out by the great civil rights leader, W.B. Du Bois. At the turn of the 20th century, Du Bois was embroiled in a heated debate over what kind of education was best for lifting the children and grandchildren of former slaves out of oppression. The prevailing view was to supply them with little more than job training, if that. But Du Bois insisted that a strong liberal education was essential in order to prepare the change agents who would battle segregation and racism. Since resources were limited at that time, Du Bois sought to assure that at least the most talented tenth of African Americans received this liberal education with the hope that they would pay it back by lifting others who came after them. Students, none of you are the children or grandchildren of slaves, but every one of you is a member of our talented tenth. You have earned that distinction as an honors student. Your talents are not only exhibited in your academic success, but are profound when viewed in light of the struggles you have overcome. Becoming our talented tenth, when many of you are first-generation college students, when most of you work more than half-time, when many of you have family obligations, when most of you come from public schools with inadequate resources, you are remarkably talented, and you have proven this by being in this room tonight. But with great talent comes great responsibility. Your talent must not be wasted. Each of you should leave San Jose State with the kind of education you will need to fight for greater fairness and equality than this world has yet seen fit to offer. You need the lessons of history and politics and literature and science and art and culture, so you know your place in this world and how to access the levers of power to change it. Can your generation assure that future students have even greater opportunities than you have had? Why shouldn't the San Jose State of 2030 graduate 90% of its students in 4 years? Why shouldn't they graduate from this university debt-free? Why shouldn't they attend seminars of 15 students where the professor challenges each student by name? Why shouldn't they expect to be taught by the best and the brightest and never even think to ask their professor, "Why are you here?" If you help to bring this about, then your talented 10th can bring the talented half and then the talented whole. Is this a utopian dream? No, I have lived this dream. And the only thing that keeps it from being a reality here are inadequate resources and insufficient imagination. You need to become the generation that supplies more of both. I charge you to become the leaders who will bring genuine equality of opportunity to American higher education. You are bright, broadly educated, and well-disciplined. You have likely experienced some hardships. Let those light a fire within. You need to be our talented 10th. My dear students, I truly love you. Congratulations on your splendid honors and on the assumption of your responsibilities.
Well, thank you again, Professor Peter, and congratulations on your selection as Outstanding Professor. And thank you very much for your many contributions to San Jose State University. And once again, we commend all of the 4,127 students who have been honored this evening. Congratulations to all of you. I hope that you and your families will join us in the courtyard for light refreshments immediately following the ceremony. I would also like to express my thanks to those who coordinated today's celebration: the members of the Honors Convocation Committee, the staff of the Event Center, the team of academic technology, and all of the student volunteers. Thank you all for coming, and my heartfelt congratulations to our honorees. Will you all please stand for the recessional and remain in your place until the faculty exit.
you.